Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me with this exercise. I'm going to start my first prompt out of the book Drawing on Anxiety, Finding Calm Through Creativity with Kate Sutton. Okay, and yes, I flipped through the introduction. Today, we're going to draw about a recent time when you have felt full in the present moment. Okay, so some things that I like to have when I sketch, I have my little quick and dirty sketchbook that I showed you in another video. If you haven't looked at that video, I can teach you how to make that really, really quick. I like them nice and handy and also really small. They tend to get really chunky if I carry a big sketchbook around, especially when I want to go somewhere. So I have my little sketchbook. I like Micron pens to use, some watercolors, and then I also have some Staedtler colored pens to work with for details. First, I'm going to start off with just a pencil and my eraser. And let's go ahead and open up my sketchbook. So to think of a time that I was present in the moment, I just recently was home on vacation and I came back overseas in South Korea. And so this particular trip back, I had a layover, which meant that I was traveling for a very long time. And so when I was on the plane, I was really, really present. So I think what I want to do is draw a picture. Maybe I'll do kind of two things. I'll draw a picture of my chair that was in front of me. Okay. And you have the in-flight entertainment, of course, that's in front of you. And on this particular flight, there was a lot of good choices. I was really quite pleased. And then we have to draw our tray, which was really nice to have for the meals and drinks. Sometimes I like to sketch or knit when I'm on a flight, but this time I just kind of focused on in-flight entertainment. Maybe I can draw a little plane here. Yeah. I like to frequently look at the flight routes when I'm flying. It tells you how long you have to go till you've completed or arrived in your flight. It's also neat to see like the travel points where you are in the ocean. In my case, this time I went kind of through, I went through Canada and through Russia and China to get to South Korea. So it was really, really interesting to see that flight path. So there's that. And then I want to create an aisleway. Just a quick little, these pictures, are not meant to be perfect. And so you don't have to feel like you have to be absolutely perfect. The point is to just think about the prompt. It wants you to focus on what you were doing. I was really lucky on this flight. I was on the aisleway, but then there were two seats next to me, and it happened that nobody was sitting next to me on on the left of me. So that meant that I got to lay down, which was super, super nice. I got to lay down. and relax for a little bit. Especially, I think my flight was 11 hours, so those flights can be pretty daunting. But my little hacks, I've been traveling for a long time now. I like to be towards the back of the plane because it's closer to like the service cabin where the bathrooms are. It just makes it a lot easier. I'm kind of tucked away, out of the way, and then everybody's got little TVs I'm just making here, and so I like to be in the back and have an aisle seat for long flights. Now, if it's a short flight, I really like the window because I enjoy looking out the windows. But for this, it's nice to have an aisle seat. Okay, so I think that's the start of my picture. I'm gonna go in and grab one of these pens. Start detailing it. There we go. So, being in the moment for me with this, I was really stressed about this flight because I normally just take a nonstop flight, but I had some credits with this one airline, and so I'm gonna change my app. I decided to just book a flight, but the only way to do that was to fly. I had one layover, so I had to fly to one destination, and then and then I had to go to Incheon from there. And so that meant that my day was kind of long, but I just made sure that I scheduled myself to have a lot of time. That's another little hack I have in traveling, is I just don't want to stress myself out by running late. That's preventable for me. And so for me, I just like to show up early. And even the layover, when I was booking my flight, I requested to have a long layover just because there were issues in the past with like canceled flights or flights being later than expected. And so I just would rather just chill out at the gate at the airport for a while instead of trying to rush around to find my flight. And then this flight was particularly nice once I got on it. No issues during the flight. There were some technical issues in starting before we even, got to fly up in the air. There were some things that needed to be looked at, and so we were grounded for just a slight moment, but then we were underway, and then there were no issues from there. So that was super nice. On this flight, I focused on just watching movies. I watched a couple TV shows. I like to play those games. This flight had Hangman, which, as a teacher, I have taught Hangman to my students, and they've always really enjoyed it. And so I thought, well, I'll play a little bit of Hangman. And they also had chess, which I enjoy playing too. I'm not very good at it, but I like to play it. And let's see what else. Oh, they had the crossword puzzle as well, digital crossword. So I tried that, and I was okay. I wanted to find the answers, and I couldn't figure out how to do that. But it was nice to just focus on, being present on the plane. That was my only responsibility on the plane, was just being there and making sure that I get to my destination. And then from my destination, I was able to, get on my bus to go to my city that I work in. And so it was, there's really not much you can do when you're on a flight. You really have to focus on the moment. I didn't even really work on some projects. I had packed some, like a book with me to read. And I didn't even do that. I always have some knitting with me. I love to knit on flights. But just was enjoying the in-flight entertainment, and I had some good sleep. So I've realized in recent years, especially since the pandemic, that anxiety and worry is a really big issue. Stress as well. And maybe it's coming with age for me too, that I need to manage my stress level. I gotta take better care of myself. And so it's important to not, overextend my capabilities, and just to know my limits, and just to enjoy where I am. And so on this day, it was in the sky. And just draw little details here. Cloud of little blobby. That's okay. That's not the point. Let's see. I think I'm going to pull out my colored pencils now. Stick them out. This flight color pattern was dark blue. Everything was pretty dark. I noticed that in my picture, I'm not focusing on the people. There's no people in this flight, but the actual flight there was. Fortunately, in the back, there was less people. As I mentioned before, I got to take a nap a couple times, which was really a big treat. Nice surprise. I'm just focusing on the activity itself, which I guess traveling alone, doesn't really involve anybody else. And I leave, the other passengers on their own. I'm not a very talkative passenger. I kind of keep to myself when I travel. I'm friendly, of course, but I just tend to keep to myself. And that's okay. So, this picture is mainly about the aircraft. I would say this flight was overall pretty good. Being in the moment, I really liked the entertainment. I felt like the staff was very friendly to me, which I appreciated that. The food was not very exciting, but I mean it was good enough. I would fly this airplane again. I don't think it would be my first choice though. overall, it was a pretty good experience. Okay, now I want to add a little bit of blue in here. Oh, those are the screens. Yeah, it's okay. I'll add in some black as well. To indicate the screen contrast. I know these days you can, have Wi-Fi on the planes. I never really rely on that too much. I just like to use what they have. Okay. Just a little bit of screen in there. Really focus on this picture. Also the flight that was on. What are some things that you feel present in the moment? Is it walking through a garden? Or going to the beach? Listening to the birds? What gets you in the moment? Okay, I want to do some pink. A little contrast color. Okay. And let me grab pink. I'm going to say here, the time that I was present was flight to Seoul, and it was August 24th, 2023. Let's see. In the moment, I was resting. Eating. Those are pretty basic. Watching. Resting, eating, watching. I think that's basically it. That was my present moment. What did you make for your exercise? I would love for you to share it in the comments and let me know how you were present in one specific moment. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next video.